Hello, Tri-Cities, and welcome to the 2020 Candidate Forum, the only region-wide business-focused candidate forum in the Tri-Cities, brought to you by the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce. In this forum, you will be hearing from the candidates running for Franklin County Commissioner Position 2. I'm Eliana Sheriff, news anchor for Keeper Action News, and I'm pleased to be with you right now. Early voting starts as ballots will begin appearing in mailboxes on October 13th, so coming up pretty soon here, and runs through Election Day. That is Tuesday, November 3rd. Thank you for joining us to hear the candidates' thoughts on issues that matter to the Tri-Cities community that we all know and love. And now a message from the President and CEO of the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce, Lori Matson.
As the foremost advocate and voice for business, the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce leads by advancing policies and positions that strengthen, preserve, and promote a thriving business climate, economy, and quality of life. The 2020 candidate forums are designed to highlight how candidate positions integrate with local business priorities. I'd like to take a brief moment to thank the Chamber's Board of Directors and Local Government Affairs Committee for their leadership in supporting our advocacy efforts. I'm especially pleased and grateful for the support of the candidate forum sponsors, Cascade Natural Gas, GISA Credit Union, JLH Group, and Hayden Homes. And last but not least, a very special thanks to our local news partners for collaborating on this project. Your time, talent, and expertise are valued and truly appreciated.
All right. Well, thank you, Lori. It is a pleasure to serve the community by providing opportunities for voters to become better informed about the people who are running for public office. And now to the format. Let's break that down for you. Each candidate will have 1 minute for opening and closing statements. The candidates will be asked the same questions. Response time for each question is limited to 2 minutes. Time limit reminders will appear on screen at 10 seconds remaining and, if necessary, when time is up. And since this is a forum, candidates will not be provided rebuttal time. And it looks like we are now ready to get started. Let's begin by introducing in alphabetical order the two candidates in the race for Franklin County Commissioner Position 2. Candidates Rocky Mullen and Ana Ruiz Peralta are running for open seat left by Commissioner Bob Koch, who did not run for re-election. Welcome to you two, and thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. We appreciate both of you. So if you're ready to go, let's get started. As mentioned, we will start with opening statements in alphabetical order. So, Mr. Mullen, you have 1 minute.
Hello, I'm Rocky Mullen, and I'm running for Franklin County Commissioner District 2. I'm a lifelong resident of Franklin County and a local businessman. I've been involved with the commissioners' meetings for the past 4 years to better educate myself on being aware of the current situations and topics that are going on in Franklin County. I've owned a local business here for 17 years. Together with my wife, Tammy, we own Dove Financial Services, Sahara Pizza, and we raise about 200 head of Angus cattle. And like I said, I've been a lifelong resident of Franklin County, and I'm here to serve the people of Franklin County and want to make Franklin County a better place to live. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mullen, and Ms. Ruiz Peralta. You now have 1 minute for your opening statement.
Thank you. If you have been in Franklin County for as long as I have, you have seen the exponential growth that our county has experienced for over 20 years. For 10 years, I have been curious about how a potato field one day becomes a housing development the next. I became involved with the school district in the facilities task force because I wanted to know how we plan growth. My curiosity got me invited to be part of Somos Pasco. Somos Pasco is our shared vision of economic development. Where do we want to see us in the next 20 years? We took this amazing opportunity to listen to our diverse community voices, to stakeholders, to the business community, and together we came with our vision for the next 20 years. Where do we want to see us? So that is Somos Pasco. I am a collaborator, a problem solver, a bridge builder, and I have a long record of working in initiatives that have boosted our local economy and provided a vision for our future. I am Ana Ruiz Peralta, and I'm running for Franklin County Commissioner.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ruiz Peralta. Let's move right into the question and answer portion of this forum, what everyone has been waiting for. A coin toss just prior to this taping has determined that Rocky Mullen will answer the first question and then alternated for subsequent questions. So let's start with you, Mr. Mullen. If you could change one thing in Franklin County that, if implemented, would allow for profitable development, business success, and a broadened tax base, what would it be and why?
Well, first of all, I think we need to get the county opened back up. This style of leadership that we're under right now with picking the winners and losers in whichever business you're in, we need to be opened up for all businesses to be open. No more picking non-essential and essential businesses. In that, right now, with only having just a limited amount of businesses that are opening, is doing nothing but pushing more people into a crowded area and not dispersing, our tax base. We need to have all businesses open that are out there collecting taxes. So that would be my number one priority, would be getting everything opened back up.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mullen. And I'm going to restate this question for you, Ms. Ruiz Peralta. Again, if you could change one thing in Franklin County that, if implemented, would allow for profitable development, business success, and a broadened tax base, what would it be and why?
Thank you for the question. I think, we are facing unprecedented times, and I have listened to our business community. I see how we are struggling. So not only we need to have a safe plan to reopen our economy, but we also have to plan a long-range plan. The good news is that we already have a shared vision, a plan as a community, as a county, as where do we want to be, but how do we reopen safely our business and our business community is the utmost important thing we have to be worried about. How do we support those experts that can lead us out of this pandemic and to slow the spread of the virus? Definitely, it doesn't help when we have when we break our mandate of not gathering, when we have, without regard of others, we have, we have gatherings and get-togethers of over 750 people, as we've heard, and that doesn't help us. That doesn't help our county. But we know that we have a very strong economy and future ahead. So that is what I have done is I have called who was leading Somos Pasco, which is the port, get us together again and see what do we need to tweak from our strategic goals, and what do we need to get better or change. So that's something that is it should be on the way soon. And again, no one person, the county alone cannot get us out or cannot extend the tax base, but it's all of us working with different entities, working with other nonprofits, and working with other agencies. So that's one of the things that I would change in Franklin County. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ruiz Peralta. And you're going to answer the second question first. So I'm going to read that to you right now. Tri-Citians place a high value on living and doing business in a safe community. How do you plan to address civil unrest around law enforcement and race relations, as well as mental health and drug addiction?
That is a very important question. Back in 2016, as a community, we went through a very difficult time when we had civil unrest and, due to a police-involved shooting. From that very painful experience, we grew as a community and we became better. The relationships that the police has with the community has boosted tremendously. We are, I think, when it's happening around the country, it's very difficult, but for us, we can be mentors to other communities because we don't have those problems right now as we had them before. So are we perfect? No, but I think the relationship that our police has with our community has benefited greatly. We have Coffee with a Cop, we have the hot spotters, and definitely as commissioners, it would be very important to finally bring a detox center to our community. Because we're asking a lot from our law enforcement officers. We're asking for them to be social workers, to be mental health providers, and that is not what they need. What they also need, we need as a community a detox facility. So that is something that it could greatly benefit all of us, and it could remove some of the pressure that our law enforcement suffers daily. So we've heard from them. We've heard from public health experts that have said we sorely need. So I am completely in favor of a detox facility. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Ms. Ruiz Peralta. And Mr. Mullen, it will be your turn. And if I could ask you just to speak up just a little bit, and I'm going to restate this question for you right now. Tri-Citians place a high value on living and doing business in a safe community. How do you plan to address civil unrest around law enforcement and race relations, as well as mental health and drug addiction?
I believe that the Pasco Police Department has a very well trained officers. They're like what other counties look to as far as their training. So I believe our officers are well trained, and they lead by an example that the other counties are actually going to them for more training. We do need to get a detox center. I think Bexar County, Texas, and San Antonio has a really good program that we should take a look at. The problem is not going to go away by itself, so we need to have it addressed, and we'll just work together with our local law enforcement. I'm actually endorsed by Sheriff Jim Raymond, and I think we have a good working relationship.
All right. Well, you are going to be answering question 3 first, Mr. Mullen. So here we go. How do you see Benton and Franklin counties collaborating together with other municipalities to solve shared problems and advance regional initiatives?
Well, we definitely all need to work together. We are such a close-knit community, and we share so many of the same common problems, issues, and as closely interrelated as we are, we need to work together. And so I think just having an open mind and listening to each other and working together is going to get us through this.
All right, thank you for that answer, Mr. Mullen. And I'm going to turn it now to you, Ms. Ruiz Peralta, and I'm going to reread the question for you. How do you see Benton and Franklin counties collaborating together with other municipalities to solve shared problems and advance regional initiatives?
Well, thank you for the question. I think this is very important. We are called Tri-Cities for a reason. It's not only the name, but all the, as counties, what do we do together, right? So we have a Superior Court that we manage together, that both counties are in. We have a public health district that we run together. So these are just a few of the solid connections that we have that we must work. Currently, we see that is not happening. And I hear from staff that they are the subject matter experts. If we as commissioners let them do their work, listen to their input, to their advice, I think we can grow exponentially, and we can do a lot of good for the entire community. So what is it that I have done as in my work to be a collaborator and bring people together. 20 years ago, I had a vision of bringing Pasco and my native state of Colima, and we solidified that. We brought two countries, two communities together, and we're sisters now. So all the benefits are going to come, education exchanges, economic exchanges, cultural exchanges. That's something that how we bring communities together, we become better. And that's something that I would like to do also and continue doing and fostering and getting better relationships with our area, with Benton and Franklin County together. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your answer to that question. And we're going to turn it right back to you, Ms. Ruiz Peralta, for the fourth and final question. So what are your top 2 priorities for Franklin County, and how has COVID changed your perspective?
My priorities for Franklin County, nobody was expecting to have, a pandemic. Those that say that we have to reopen with complete disregard of what's happening is, I don't know, it's just a bizarre way of looking at things. This is happening. This is something that is not a hoax. It's not invented. It's all over the world. But how do we protect our community and safely reopen our economy is very important. So that's one of my priorities. How do we provide the resources that the health department needs so they can have what they need to get us out, to lead us out of this? This is what they do. This is what their mission is, to have safe and healthy communities. So that is one priority that is very important. And also the economic part, right? Because without a healthy community, we cannot have a healthy economy. I've heard we don't have to reinvent the wheel as an area. Again, I keep going back to, we already did the homework, or where do we want to see what our strengths are as an area. We are a logistic hub. We have, one of the most fertile soils here. We have a robust agricultural based economy. So how do we keep growing? It's very important. What things do they need? I've heard from our farmers, what help do they need from commissioners so they can keep doing their business, right? And opening new doors for them. We don't need to be on their way to do what they have to do, but also how do we protect workers? Because without healthy workers, they don't have a way of keep moving forward in their businesses. So those are things that are very important. Any crisis has an opportunity to make us better. So that's what are going to be the lessons learned from this is something that is a priority for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that answer, Ms. Ruiz Peralta, and I'm going to turn it to you now, Mr. Mullen, and reread the question. What are your top 2 priorities for Franklin County, and how has COVID changed your perspective?
Top 2 priorities were to get our county opened back up. The other one is to fix our county roads. We have areas of Franklin County that you cannot even deliver gravel to because the bridges are unsafe. They're actually cannot deliver their product to people that are in need. We've been taking this road shift tax of 1.3 million from the road department and using it in other parts of the county, and we're letting our infrastructure suffer, and that needs to be addressed. There's bridges in Franklin County that actually have holes in them. So we need to get those addressed. We cannot be delivering goods and have a bridge collapse, and then we would have major lawsuits and possibly loss of life. And we need to get our infrastructure taken care of. We need to be able to get our agricultural products to market. We need to be able to do our business in Franklin County safely. And as far as opening up the businesses, we need to get them opened up. We need to get together and practice social distancing, and we need to disperse the crowds away from certain stores that are open and get everything opened back up. And this can be done. And we're a strong community. I've lived here my entire life, and our family farm that started in 1948 is still in operation today. and we need to just work together. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that answer, Mr. Mullen. Well, this closes the question and answer period. You guys can take a deep breath. We will close out the forum with closing statements. And since Mr. Mullen opened, we will begin closing statements with Ms. Ruiz Peralta. You have 1 minute.
Thank you. And thank you again to the Tri-Cities Regional Chamber of Commerce for hosting this forum so that we can have voters in Franklin County make informed decisions in the upcoming general election. Voters have an opportunity to choose new leaders who will work to bring us together so that we can face the challenges ahead of us. We can emerge stronger than ever before. It is the moment for our county to have a proven and inclusive servant leader. Franklin County, like all counties in our state, is facing unprecedented challenges. But our people are strong, our future is bright, and our potential is limitless. We know Franklin County has a resilient spirit, and we can overcome any challenge. I am Ana Ruiz Peralta, and I am honored to receive your vote in this November 3rd general election, and encourage anyone who wants to get involved in our campaign to visit electanaruiz.com to learn more. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ruiz Peralta. And Mr. Mullen, your closing statement.
Well, like I said, I'm Rocky Mullen. I'm running for Franklin County Commissioner, District 2. I am a lifelong resident of Franklin County. I know what's going on in Franklin County. I've been involved in the county commissioners meetings. I've seen some of the lack of policy and some of the policy issues that aren't being addressed correctly. We need to get involved and be aware of what's happening. The commissioners meetings every Tuesday, they're recorded. I would encourage people to go and watch and just be involved so you know exactly what is happening in Franklin County and the way things are being handled. You know, I ran 4 years ago, and I've been involved ever since. And as a lifelong resident, I know Franklin County. I know the people of Franklin County, and I know that we can get through this pandemic. And I am asking for your vote on November 3rd. I appreciate everything. Thank you.
All right, thank you to you both. Ana Ruiz Peralta and Rocky Mullen, thank you very much. We appreciate you taking time to be with us for the Tri-City Regional Chamber's 2020 Candidate Forum featuring the Franklin County Commissioner Position 2 candidates. As we begin the countdown to Election Day on November 3rd, please remind your Franklin County friends to watch, share, and get out the vote. You can find this video and other candidate forum videos on the Tri-City Regional Chamber website. That's www.tricityregionalchamber.com. Again, thank you to the Chamber, Keeper Action News, the candidates, and our sponsors, Cascade Natural Gas, Giza Credit Union, JLH Group, and Hayden Homes. And especially to all of you for watching. This is Eliana Sheriff with Keeper Action News, reminding you to vote.